Composting is something most people are familiar with, and it's a skill that homesteaders and backyard gardeners should be practicing. It not only keeps kitchen scraps and yard waste from the landfill, but it provides a valuable soil amendment. But some people aren't physically able to produce compost, and some people don't have the space for a compost bin. So today we're going to talk about an easy method of composting that can be done by anybody in any place, and that is vermicomposting. Vermis is Latin for worm. So when we say vermicomposting, we simply mean composting with worms. Now these are not your ordinary garden earthworm, but a specific species that is native to Europe, and it exists in the forest leaf litter where it decomposes organic matter. The scientific name is Icenia fetida. You also may have heard of them referred to by their common name, red wigglers, where they can often be found in bait shops because they make a great fishing bait as well. These worms do best in temperatures between 40 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes them adaptable to living in bins or boxes, which is how we use them to create compost. You can purchase worm bins commercially, but it's really easy to make your own at home, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. All you need to get started are a couple of plastic bins. They can be solid color or clear, but if you're using clear, make sure they're in a dark place because the worms really don't like too much light and these tend to heat up. This is a 20 quart size, so it's going to be about right for a 1 or 2 person household to handle most of your kitchen scraps. We're using 2 bins because we're taking one and using it to hold the other one. We're drilling holes in the top bin, and that allows any excess moisture to drain in the bottom bin and not make any mess. And a few holes in the top, make sure your new friends have plenty of air. The bottom bin acts like a reservoir that collects any excess moisture. This liquid that drains off is an ideal liquid fertilizer that can be used directly on your plants. Now that you've got your worm bin, all you need are some worms to put in it. They can be bought easily online or from local suppliers. You can also find them sometimes at bait shops under the name of red wigglers. Just make sure you get the right species. When I'm starting a new bin, I like to add a little starter material from one of my old bins. Worms will eat almost any kitchen scrap or waste, like vegetable peels, coffee grounds, or tea bags. Just make sure you stay away from meats and oils. They're strictly vegetarian. To simulate the leaf litter these guys are used to, some shredded newspaper or cardboard works well. It also helps to regulate moisture and keep down any fruit flies. Small bins work great tucked under kitchen sinks and in basements, but you can even go bigger. The biggest bin that we use here on our farm is bathtub sized. Your vermicompost bin will eventually fill up, and then you can harvest the compost out of it. There are a couple methods to harvest a vermicompost bin. One is to simply dump the bin over, let it dry out, and take the compost off the top. The worms tend to go to the bottom where the moisture still is, and they can be reserved for the next bin. Vermicompost has been found to be much higher in beneficial microorganisms than other types of compost. Your plants will love it. So give vermicomposting a try. It's an easy method that anyone can use to transform those kitchen wastes into a valuable soil amendment.